You're watching the News Hour at 9.
On the News Hour tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we bring to you a sensational controversy that has hit the Congress party yet again. In a stunning development in the Nirav Modi extradition case, what comes to light tonight is that a former judge who joined Congress in June 2018 appeared as an expert witness for Nirav Modi in the UK court. In January 2020, he actually signed in as an expert witness. Justice Abhay Thipse questioned the merit of India's case to extradite Nirav Modi, making a detailed argument against the Indian agencies. Former judge called the charges against Nirav Modi baseless. Let's go across to Nikunj Garg, our internal security editor, who will give us more details on the Nirav Modi saga. Nikunj, Justice Thipse, a Congress member now, in those pictures with Rahul Gandhi, when he joined the Congress party in the run-up to the 2019 elections in June 2018, and him appearing and completely dismissing the charges against Nirav Modi in the UK court, clearly put some confusion on who the Congress party is really accusing, and why is it a coincidence that Ejio Alfonso, the congressman who was the defense lawyer for Christian Michel, and now Justice Thipse also appears for Nirav Modi. Is the Congress scared about Nirav Modi and Christian Michel spilling some beans?
Well, Navika, when Nirav Modi was first produced in Westminster's Magistrates Court last year in April, I was there attending that hearing. And the magnitude of the case, the overarching magnitude of the theft and the amounts involved have even befuddled the British courts. So you remember, Nirav Modi's case is probably one of the only cases where in a financial fraud case, UK court has not allowed the man even basic routine bail processes. So the man is behind the bars for now without any break close to 1 year. So that's the magnitude and that's the repercussions of the case, even seen globally. The amount is such $1.2 billion that the UK court said that you are a flight risk and you can at no point in time be allowed to get out the high security prison. That's a high security prison just inside London. Now, Mr. Modi has tried repeatedly to get a bail. The bail is out of question now because he has even gone to High Court. High Court has rejected it. Now comes a sudden twist that a high-ranking former member of the Indian judicial community, Indian justice fraternity, has appeared as an expert witness, happens to be a Congress member as well. Now, this is a very tricky case after Mr. Mallya, whose fate today we have nearly decidedly sealed. Indian agencies are trying to prove yet again to the world that, look here, if you do any kind of financial bungling or fraud in this country, as late Mr. Arun Jaitley, the former finance minister, also said in case of Vijay Mallya's verdict, there will be no safe havens left. So for any member of the Congress party or even any person remotely connected with a political party to come and appear as a defense witness is extremely unfortunate, I would say. And then for him to use his intricate knowledge of the Indian judicial system and processes to demolish the case of painstakingly built case by the Enforcement Directorate, by the CBI, is also further extremely unfortunate. In fact,
that's not all, Nikunj. There is the sensational inside scoop that we are still getting, and that's the breaking news that we are bringing to our viewers tonight. This is the scoop that we have got from the agencies, both the CBI and the Enforcement Directorate, that they countered the defense laid by Justice Thipse, arguing against the imposition of Section 420 of the IPC for cheating. Justice Thipse, who said that there was no person who was deceived. And actually, the person, if he doesn't get deceived, you can't deceive an organization. That's the first defense given by Justice Thipse in expert witness standing of Nirav Modi. Nikunj, is that the most arbitrary argument given? That no person has been deceived, so there is no deception case?
Well, Navika, obviously, Justice Thipse, along with Nirav Modi's defense, is just trying to pull the wool over the eyes of the British judicial system, as Mr. Mallya tried for close to 2 years or maybe more now. The fact remains that there is a massive fraud, a massive swindling of funds of public money. Remember, Supreme Court of India has ordained in one of the orders that public sector banks are actually no different from central government undertakings when it comes to public exchequer purposes. Therefore, when a public sector undertaking like Punjab National Bank is swindled, it is public's money that has been swindled. So what is this argument about Section 420 or Section 161 CRPC not being applicable? I was saying that Indian agencies have built a very painstaking case. In the past, we have never been able to successfully mount an extradition trial in case of financial frauds and bungling. That has started to happen, and one will necessarily have to give credit to Mr. Narendra Modi's government's determination in this matter to ensure that no fugitive remains completely out of the hands of the Indian law. And in such a circumstance, with such flimsy grounds and such flimsy defense, for a Congress member to intervene in the trial is extremely unfortunate, is all I can say at this point in time.
Absolutely. Not only has he objected to Section 420, he said even the Section 409 of a criminal breach of trust does not apply because there is no trust, because the bank and Nirav Modi had a debtor-creditor relationship, and Nirav Modi was not entrusted with some individual's money or asset which was to be protected by him, and therefore even this does not apply. In fact, the Enforcement Directorate has rejected these arguments of the former judge, and sources tell us that if this is true, then why are non-bailable warrants on the basis of which this entire extradition case has been based are not being quashed by the Indian courts? The former judge has also questioned the witness statements recorded under 161, as Nikunj just pointed out. And the counter question of the Enforcement Directorate is that why doesn't Nirav Modi actually admit, and why doesn't the learned judge also, former judge, also admit the fact that Nirav Modi was operating 3 bank accounts, and these 3 bank accounts operated by him means that he was the alter ego of these 3 firms that had these bank accounts, and this was not information shared with the banks. Even then, no cheating, no conspiracy, and no deception. That's what has been stated by Justice Thipse. Well, I asked these questions to Union Minister Smriti Irani just a short while ago when I interviewed her. And this is my interaction with Smriti Irani. Even at a time when this country is fighting the COVID war, and everybody is engaged in this battle, yes, your party has sprung up yet another issue to target Mr. Rahul Gandhi, the leader of the leading opposition party. And today you've talked about former judge Mr. Thipse, who has appeared in a case of Nirav Modi in the UK courts and has appeared as an expert witness. I want to ask you, Ms. Irani, many a lawyer in the BJP has also appeared for many people in the past. Why would you target Rahul Gandhi at this time during the COVID fight back, when you say you are in the most conciliatory mood with all opposition parties?
Are you suggesting, Navika, that the COVID challenge is a Hail Mary pass for Rahul Gandhi to support fiscal offenders? Are you saying that the COVID lockdown is a support system that Rahul Gandhi can use to ensure that his party colleagues can go and support not the people of India, but those who have looted India? Is that your statement? Now, there is a difference between what the government says and what the party says, because we are in constitutional positions and then engaging with you. But would you deny my political organization the right to at least question Mr. Gandhi and his hypocrisy?
But the entire issue was raised by Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, who is also the law minister.
Offender to law he spoke from a position of a party representative. That is his right. But the question that begets you and everybody else who's raising this question is, what compelled somebody so close to Rahul Gandhi to go out and support one of the largest scamsters India has ever seen?
I want to ask you,
what face would Rahul Gandhi now tell the nation and pontificate about transparency, where people closest to him go, forget we had a national Jija looting the country. Now we have his party colleagues also standing up for economic offenders.
Well, you talk about the national Jija, but
he did not.
You haven't been able to prove any cases in court. You've been in power for 6 years.
Allow me. I will, please understand, Navika, this gentleman Thipse, who represented the benefits that can be accrued by Nirav Modi under the ambit of the so-called law that he only thinks gives Nirav Modi an escape route. He did not present himself as Nirav Modi's lawyer. He presented himself as a witness to support Nirav Modi. There is a huge difference between somebody giving professional services and a gentleman who is Rahul Gandhi's colleague to stand up as a character witness.
And Vadra, why haven't you been able to prove cases against him, even though you call him the national Jijaji?
Can you imagine? And why would you presume that the investigations have concluded? It is a Chitbi Meri and Patbi Meri question. If you swoop in the biggest scamster in Indian political family system, then you're told to be high-handed when it comes to the law. If you say that I will support investigative processes to fulfill themselves without any intervention from political leaders, then you blame us for saying that the process is taking its own time. So pick one.
Ms. Irani, I want to repeat to you what Rahul Gandhi said in March 2009. He says, the video of fugitive Nirav Modi in London shows an uncanny similarity between him and his bhai, PM Modi. Both have looted India and are called Modi. Both refuse to answer any questions. Both believe that they are above the law and both will face justice. This is what he had tweeted last year.
I am of the opinion, Navika, if Rahul Gandhi truly believes in free speech, and I hope that you do not edit this part, let him not meet malleable journalists. Why not Rahul Gandhi give Navika Kumar or any other Times Now reporter 10 minutes on the Thipse issue without a script prepared beforehand, where the clock does not keep getting edited at the back?
But do you think this contradicts his...
Let him come out and answer.
No, but do you think the stand that Rahul Gandhi took is contradicted by Thipse?
Rahul Gandhi's two characterizations that I have seen personally is one, hypocrisy, and two, shamelessness. Am I shocked? No, I am not. Because this is a conduct that he's been a part of for a very, very long time.
So then isn't the BJP through with trying to expose Rahul Gandhi and the Congress?
The BJP is duty bound to bring such facets to light in public discourse. But I think the question that should be asked is, isn't Rahul Gandhi duty bound to be transparent? He believes in freedom of dialogue. Why would he pick and choose who he dialogues with? My open challenge is, I've been saying if he wants to debate on issues, let him call anybody from the BJP and debate. Forget now political opponent. Why doesn't he just speak to a reporter who he cannot corner in parliament saying we have invested in you?
Miss Smriti Irani, is this your way of getting back at Rahul Gandhi just because Rahul Gandhi has accused the BJP of letting Vijay Mallya and Nirav Modi get away? Is this your way of embarrassing him? Because it can be said that Rahul Gandhi has no control over Mr. Thipse.
How do you, please Navika, how do you embarrass an embarrassment? That's an oxymoron.
Smriti Irani, I know you've defeated him in Amethi.
You only have the responsibility to bring to light what... No, it's not about defeating him. It's a very, very natural question to ask. You are continuously asking me, why would you want to embarrass Rahul Gandhi? And my question to you is, tell me, how do I embarrass an embarrassment?
Do you personally dislike him?
I couldn't care less about him. I'm sorry. That is my personal opinion. Because when you're touching 50 and you've never had a productive job in your life, you do not evoke a sense of respect from me as an individual. But that is my personal opinion.
Smriti Irani,
when you stand in the national capital and say, Bharat ke tukde honge, and support that, I don't have an iota of respect for you then.
Smriti Irani, are you only getting back at him because he has accused the BJP of allowing Nirav Modi and Vijay Mallya to run away? Is that the reason why you're bringing up this issue of Thipse?
Look at the sham. Look at the sham. You allow people to loot the country when you are in power. You try to disrupt parliamentary procedures, investigative procedures. And then you send a close colleague of yours to go and defend those same offenders. Who does it expose? It exposes Rahul Gandhi.
No, which parliament procedures are you talking about?
So either he is extremely... Please, there are so many parliamentary working days that they tried to disrupt the work of the people of this country because they wanted to score a political brownie point. Have you forgotten, Navika? So there are two possibilities. Either Rahul Gandhi, who gives statements like red zone jo hai wo green zone hai aur green zone jo hai wo red zone hai, genuinely is not in control of his faculties, or he knows that he can be hypocritical and lie to your face and get away with it.
Legitimate question on the news are tonight. Is Congress ka haath Nirav ke saath? As Smriti Irani has said, that's the question and the big debate. Congress with Nirav Modi, that's the hashtag and the debate coming up.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
And joining me tonight, Dr. Sambit Patra, National Spokesperson of the BJP, Shehzad Poonawalla, lawyer, Dr. Suman Sriraman, political analyst, Arjun Shioran, advocate, Manaswi Thapar, lawyer, and Abbas Hafiz, political analyst. And Abbas Hafiz, you're from the Congress party, and I want to ask you, is it a coincidence that Ajio Joseph, a congressman, goes and appears for Christian Michel? Now, for Nirav Modi, you have former judge, Justice Thipse, who appears for him. Both these people are involved, or at least allegedly involved, in huge scams in India. They're accused. Does the Congress have anything to hide that it goes and fields people to try and save these scamsters?
First of all, I'm not here as the Congress opposition spokesperson, but okay, if you link me, then let me answer this. You should know everything that how an advocate behaves and how an advocate operates his office. If Mr. Thipse has given any advice, has given any opinion, that's in his personal capacity and not as a congressman. He has cleared that very much. If you go go back in time, you should see later Arun Jaitley's daughter also, who was linked to Mr. Nirav Modi and Mehul Choksi as the counsel. And then you should also ask the Bharatiya Janata Party about late Sushma Swaraj's daughter Bansuri Swaraj, how she has defended Lalit Modi in the courts. So you can't question an advocate. And Mr. Thipse is not holding any political post in the Congress party. So I think this shouldn't be a Congress-BJP thing. But we must ask the Bharatiya Janata Party why Nirav Modi fled and why is he not back yet? Because they failed to get him back. That's why all these stories are coming up. And I'm very ashamed that the Bharatiya Janata Party, whenever it fails in anything, it starts the blame game, and we have to run around the bushes. That's very unfortunate.
Okay. So why, Dr. Sambit Patra, why does Mr. Hafiz not answer the question कि जब अल्फोंसो साहब अपीयर हुए थे तो उन्हें तो हटा दिया था, उन्हें तो सैक कर दिया था, अब थिप्से साहब आ गए हैं. Why did, if there was nothing wrong about Alfonso appearing for Christian Michel, why did they remove him?
See, Navika, you have to understand a few things, and I think by now we all have understood this. You have to understand that however big the pandemic may be, there is no social distancing whatsoever between the Congress party and the corruption. Congress and corruption are married to each other. They can never stay in social distancing. And tons of sanitizers you can use to sanitize Rahul Gandhi, but Rahul Gandhi and lies. Rahul Gandhi will never be sanitized of his lies. Lies and Rahul Gandhi perpetually stay together, number two. And as far as the sequence of things in Nirav Modi is concerned, you have to look at the sequence. We had 13 September 2013 when we had Nirav Modi's big party bash, to which we had Mr. Rahul Gandhi as one of the attendees. They spent hours together, I don't know discussing what, maybe Sajjad would be able to throw some light to that. And thereafter, immediately after this 13 September 2013 party, we had the Allahabad Bank clearing a loan worth 1550 crore rupees to Nirav Modi. And then we saw that Mr. Nirav Modi's company, Mehul Choksi company, the jewelry companies, in fact got benefit because of 80-20 gold scheme that Mr. P. Chidambaram had brought. And now while the extradition process is going on, we have Justice Thipse. Remember, he's no ordinary person. He's a former justice who had joined in 2018 with a lot of fanfare. The Congress party had met the Congress president, then Mr. Rahul Gandhi. And now he, Mr. Thipse, offers himself as a defense witness. It's not that he was approached by the court. He himself offered himself as a defense witness. In conclusion, I would just say in the last 10 seconds that, look, Congress party should be renamed as the Money Heist Party, MHP, Money Heist Party, the professor of which is Mr. P. Chidambaram. P in Mr. P. Chidambaram stands for professor. And well, yes, I have some secret news also which I would like to share with you without any fee. It appears that Mr. Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi call each other in home with these names, Rome, Paris and Milan. Thank you.
Well, Manasvi Thapar, I want to ask you, why is it such a coincidence that every scamster has a Congress defender? Very simple question. And why is he trying to say that Section 420 does not apply because deception has not happened by Nirav Modi? Is it the Congress's case that scam hua hi nahi? And deception can only happen when you deceive people and not an institution like a bank. Please explain this to the people of this country.
Correct, Navika ji. Thank you. And Samit ji have told some brief facts. I'll just add on the missing facts here. 26 July 2016, when a whistleblower with the name Hari Prasad gave an information to the Prime Minister office that there is a scam like Vijay Mallya, Kingfisher owners, which is going to be there in the country. Please take some action. The Prime Minister forwards that particular email to the ROC Mumbai, and the ROC Mumbai after 2-3 months says to the whistleblower Hari Prasad that the case is closed. And then Nirav Modi is seen with the Prime Minister with a 3 feet distance at Davos with the Prime Minister. And after 2 years, there is no action. The information was with the Prime Minister office. There is no action taken. And then he's seen with the Prime Minister, and within weeks, there is a first FIR being registered by the Punjab National Bank against Nirav Modi and Mehul Choksi. But 2 years, the officials, the ROC, the Prime Minister office was silent on this. And then there is a theory of a party with Rahul Gandhi. That can be true. There is a theory of Tipse.
Mr. Thapar,
for 4 years.
Mr. Thapar, why are you going round and round in circles? All that history we've been over. I am asking you about Mr. Tipse. I am asking you about Mr. Tipse. Why don't you give me one plausible explanation on why and what Mr. Tipse is doing, defending Nirav Modi and poking holes into India's case against Nirav Modi in a UK court which has not given Nirav Modi bail for 1 year?
Correct, Navika ji. It is his personal decision to take it.
Ooh.
It is his personal decision to defend it. It is nowhere related. BJP's philosophy is country first, party second, your person thing at the last moment. It is Mr. Tipse's proposition to defend him. He has taken money for it in a professional capacity. He is given an expert opinion.
So
that
country
opinion,
does not come first.
Shehzad
Poonawala, when you are a professional, then country does not matter at all. Country gayi tel lene, aap defend kijiye Nirav Modi ko. कल दाऊद इब्राहिम के भी डिफेंड करेंगे क्योंकि प्रोफेशनल कैपेसिटी है.
Navika, may I just put the facts on the table? This is not a personal decision by Abhay Tipse. He has been directed by Rahul Gandhi as a member and a close aide of Rahul Gandhi's team to go and give this expert witness for Nirav Modi to ensure that the CBI process of bringing him back to India is obstructed, because if he comes to India, he might spill out the beans of the money heist family, as Rambit has rightly described. Now let me give you one more piece of evidence of which I am a personal witness. On September 13, 2013, Rahul Gandhi was in a white shirt, blue jeans. His SPG records can be taken out, Imperial Hotel's records can be taken out. There he was invited by Nirav Modi for a private bridal wear party. I am sure Rahul Gandhi doesn't wear bridal jewelry, nor does he have a bride to give any bridal jewelry to. So he had exceptional interest in Nirav Modi's pieces of art. And there they were discussing many things, and after that, suddenly, Dinesh Dubey, who was also on the News Hour with you, Navika, explained to us that how, despite flagging that illegal loans were being given, and you know how Fona Bank loans were given at that time, 18 lakh crores for 60 years, 36 lakh crores in the next 6 years under Sonia Gandhi's Fona loan scheme. So those loans were given to Vijay Mallya, they were given to Mehul Chokshi, they were given to Nirav Modi, and then Mehul Chokshi was given 80-20 scheme. Mehul Chokshi was allowed to go away by the Karnataka government when the Karnataka High Court executed a non-bailable arrest warrant against him. There is tons of evidence, and I am daring Rahul Gandhi, like Smriti ji has asked. I dare Rahul Gandhi that if I am lying about his presence in that hotel with a glass in his hand with Nirav Modi, I will quit politics, and if he is lying, he should quit politics. He should undertake a lie detector test. But Navika, let me just finally submit to you that this is not a professional lawyer in his legal capacity. Abhay Tipse was the main kingpin who drove the Hindu terror agenda. He convicted people of Malegaon blast. He framed that narrative that Hindu terrorists were around. He is the person who is the trusted aide of Rahul, who has been assigned that Nirav ko desh mein mat aane do. Modi is like the recovery agent. Sonia was like the loan giving agent.
Dr. Sumansi Raman,
Modi is the recovery agent.
Dr. Sumansi Raman, what does the Congress have to hide? What does the Congress have to hide? Why do congressmen end up defending Mr. Christian Michel and Mr. Nirav Modi? It's a question this country needs to know, and somebody who loves Rahul Gandhi the way some of you do, why don't you explain this to us?
First of all, Navika, where Rahul Gandhi comes into this is completely bizarre. Okay. Here is a lawyer who has given an opinion when asked for it by a UK law firm. Now, whether he should have done it or he should not have done it is a different issue. That is in his personal capacity.
No, okay. Let me interrupt you. Let me interrupt you. If the UK law firm has asked for his opinion, the UK law firm has been engaged by whom? Engaged by whom?
1 second.
No. Who is the UK law firm engaged by?
How does it look, Navika? Let me ask you. Mr. Ram Jethmalani defended, 1 minute, Mr. Ram Jethmalani defended the assassins of Indira Gandhi. Later on in the BJP government, they
Sir, you are wrong. I'll tell you why you are wrong, Sumansi Raman. Rahul Gandhi said all Modis are chore. Rahul Gandhi said all Modis are chore. His expert opinion, Abhay Thipse is saying no, Nirav Modi is not a chore. So who is right? Who is wrong? Is Rahul Gandhi a liar?
Abhay Thipse did it in a
Rahul Gandhi said har Modi chore hai. He said Nirav Modi chore hai, Lalit Modi chore hai, Narendra Modi chore hai. Now his expert opinion is Mr. Thipse says no, Nirav Modi is not a chore. So who is lying?
Time, gentlemen, one at a time, one at a time, one at a time. Sumansi Raman, I'm asking you, who engaged former Justice Thipse as an expert witness? You said it's a UK law firm. The UK law firm is engaged by Nirav Modi. So Nirav Modi tells his law firm to engage Mr. Thipse, and Mr. Thipse happens to be coincidentally a congressman who joined Congress on the 18th of June. All right? 1
minute.
Okay.
I finish my point. He just shouted me down. I haven't spoken. Look, Mr. Thipse says that he gave this opinion, whatever he gave there was given to the Indian government also, and he received a reply from them. Is this right or wrong has to be verified. Second, very, very important, Mr. Jethmalani, who actually got one of the alleged killers of Indira Gandhi acquitted, was made a minister in a BJP government. That was done in his professional capacity. Will any sane person now go and say BJP gave a minister's post to somebody who defended...
it has nothing to do with the community.
All right. Before I get in, both Dr. Sambit Patra and Shehzad Poonawalla, I, ladies and gentlemen, just want to play out a soundbite of Rahul Gandhi. This is one of the many soundbites, hundreds of soundbites, where he kept saying, Nirav Modi chor hai, and he kept alluding to the Prime Minister and how he was hand in glove with Nirav Modi. Let's just recall and replay those sound bites of Rahul Gandhi.
आपका नाम नीरव मोदी है, चलो ले आओ 35,000 करोड़ रुपए, लो भाग जाओ, ना सजा होगी ना आत्महत्या होगी, 30,000 करोड़ रुपए नीरव मोदी के जेब में जाएंगे।
हिंदुस्तान की जनता का पैसा बैंक से सीधा नीरव मोदी के जेब में गया और नीरव मोदी हिंदुस्तान से भाग के लंदन चला गया।
मैंने आपसे पूछा था, मोदी जी आप नीरव मोदी जी के बारे में शांत क्यों हैं? आप नीरव मोदी जी के बारे में एक शब्द क्यों नहीं कहते हैं?
डॉक्टर पात्रा भूल गए? थिप्से जी भूल गए राहुल गांधी की बातें? ये 2018 और 19 की बातें हैं, जब उन्होंने कांग्रेस ज्वाइन की थी। इतनी जल्दी भूल गए? साथ खड़े होकर फोटो खिंचवाई थी, फिर भी भूल गए?
See, Navika, the country, we may all come and debate out here, but the country knows what this Gandhi family is all about. The country knows that this Gandhi family is all about a saga of corruption. They celebrate corruption. Remember this Ma Beta, both of them are out on bail. We are not discussing about any high celebrated celebrity politician. These two politicians, the present president and the former president, both of them are out on bail. This is to be remembered. So it's not that they have great credibility and we are in fact want to defend their credibility, number one. Number two, look, as far as Mr. Rahul Gandhi is concerned, I should not hold back my words to say that here is a politician who is shameless, as rightly pointed out by Smriti Irani, the most hypocritical politician. He has no sense of responsibility whatsoever it can be. The same Rahul Gandhi points towards a photo of the Prime Minister with Nirav Modi in Davos. And remember, it's not that the Prime Minister had invited Nirav Modi. It was Davos where we had people from various economic backgrounds invited there, and it was a chance photograph. Here we have a retired judge, a senior Congress leader, Mr. Thipse, previously Justice Thipse, who in fact appeared not as a lawyer. Let me tell you, not as a lawyer, but as a defense witness.
So that makes him lesser of a congressman because he's not an office bearer. I want to get in Arjun Shioran. He's the lawyer on the panel. Let me get him.
Any family member of a political personality who appears for anyone is representing the interest of the party. Are we agreed on that? Shall we start recounting a list of cases? who was involved in IT.
So you're defending the right of Justice Thipse. All right, that's your point of view. That's your point of view. Let me get in Arjun Shioran. Arjun Shioran, I want to ask you. This is no ordinary case. This is a case of trying to bring back a fraudster, a scamster, who in Rahul Gandhi's words, has cost India 30,000 crores. I want to ask you, when there is a coincidence that one congressman appears for Christian Michel, another congressman appears for Nirav Modi, isn't it natural to ask this question that who are these people for the Congress party that every time a congressman has to come out and defend them?
So happens that many congressmen occupy very senior positions and they are called as experts in different places. But let me talk about this case. I have personally been I was approached by another law firm to become a witness in this case. I have previously been witness as an expert witness on Indian law before the Westminster Extradition Court. Many lawyers do it because the court calls them as an expert. Justice Thipse is a very honored judge. He's an expert on Indian law with years of experience, which is why he was called. I spoke to him before your show. He was cross-examined in this by the Crown Prosecution Service, by the Indian state. His report was available with the government of India back in December. But today, in the midst of coronavirus, they want to raise totally baseless issue.
I have just managed to put on record. I wasn't sure if we had been able to record this, but just before news hour started, I contacted Justice Thipse. Listen in to this 3-minute interaction with Justice Thipse. There is a longer version before accusations come. I have only tried to take out the gist of it through this 3-minute conversation. I will put up the entire conversation on Twitter with a link. But for the moment, for time and for the subject matter of what he was talking, I'm playing out the 3-minute version of my conversation with Justice Thipse. Listen in. You are saying irregularities were there and the bank officials were conniving, yet you are saying there is no deception. Both Nirav Modi and the bank officials knew.
You can tell me who is deceived. Deception, there is a required. See, I have given a point of law, and if you are interested in studying, you can study certain judgments. No. The opinion is with the government of
Absolutely.
India. See,
I am not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer. I am trying to understand from you. You do agree that irregularities were there, and in the irregularities, the bank officials were also involved.
First of all, no, let us, because don't try to put words in my mouth. I don't know the facts. Facts are stated in the report. I say that as per the government case, irregularities were there. That will be proved in court. I don't know. There may be greater also, or there may be less than that also.
So in the court, as somebody who has been a judge in the Bombay High Court and who is a member of a national party, are you as representing somebody or supporting somebody who is against India's interests? And I want to ask you, Mr. Thipse, I want to ask you, Rahul Gandhi has called Nirav Modi a chor.
You are not listening to me. You are going on talking, so we can't hear this.
I have the right to ask a question to a congressman.
Just 1 minute. If cheating is not made out in law, according to me, am I not supposed to give that opinion?
Okay, let's leave law.
Is given to government of India.
All right. Let's leave law aside. I want to ask you: are you still a member of the Congress party?
Yeah, I am. First of all, let me know that they are describing me as leader, which is false. I am not holding any position. I am a primary member, which are done on their invitation. I did not find anything wrong in just becoming a primary member. I have not taken any position in the party. I have not asked for any position.
Okay.
And you have seen how active I am. I am busy with my professional work.
All right. So you are a primary member of the Congress party, and Rahul Gandhi, who is the top leader of the Congress party, has called Nirav Modi a chor.
Yeah, maybe.
You don't share that view?
So there is no question of, see, I am a legal person. I am not here to criticize people. He may be a show and the court will convict him ultimately.
But
maybe, we don't know that.
But as an expert witness, you can contradict Rahul Gandhi.
No question of contradicting. I never said that he is an accused. He is being prosecuted. That everybody knows. My job was limited, and madam, try to understand. I am repeating this for the third time. I was told whether this conduct, this fact, is taken at face value and correct, whether this amounts to cheating under the Indian law. My answer was no. So that was favorable to them. So they wanted me to tell that to London.
Well, that was Justice Thipse. And I want to put before you and Shehzad Poonawalla, I want to get you in. When I first spoke to him, because it was a long conversation, when I first spoke to him, he says irregularities may happen. So irregularities are happening, but deception case is not made out. I don't understand. For a lawyer, does English change? Because, irregularity can happen, but there is no cheating case, there is no deception case. How do you explain this?
Navika, let me give you two pieces of very crucial information. First of all, he's saying that 10,000 crores was stolen from the people of India, and that's not deception and cheating. Secondly, in a previous case in 2010, a Congress lawyer represented a lottery gambling scam people, and that time Congress had sought action against that particular lawyer. There have been several instances when the party has made it very clear that they don't agree with a particular lawyer and his line, even though it's in his professional capacity. Here, no such stand has been taken, even though Rahul Gandhi was saying from the rooftops that Nirav Modi ne chori kiya hai, sare Modi chor hai. My limited question is that, I just finished a debate with KTS Tulsi and Majid Memon of NCP. I put out their videos. They both have come out and said Nirav Modi may probably not be guilty. He may be probably targeted because he was close to Rahul. I have put out these videos. This is an entire opposition, Congress, NCP all getting together to save their favorite poster boy Nirav Modi because they want to save him. They don't want him back to India. I have put out these videos from KTS Tulsi to Majid Memon and to Mr. Abhay Thipse. They are all acting on the advice of Rahul Gandhi.
Manasvi Thapar and Abbas Hafiz. Manasvi Thapar and Abbas Hafiz. Manasvi Thapar, to you first. Why is the Congress party trying to save Nirav Modi? Is it because, as Shehzad Poonawalla is saying, he is a friend of Mr. Rahul Gandhi?
Navika ji, what Shehzad ji is saying, if that is the case, what Shehzad ji is saying, if that is the case, Sambit Patra ji have all the more reason to prosecute him. Why they are not bringing him? जब 2016 में लिखा गया था प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफिस को, तब क्यों चुप रहे? Why were they silent? They are selectively silent.
2020 की बात तो आपको याद नहीं आ रही? 2016 पर बार-बार जा रहे हैं.
Entire
फ्लैशबैक हो रहा है आपको?
Congress has nothing to do with this. Congress has nothing to do with this.
So why did you ask in the lottery case? Why did the Congress party ask in the lottery case for the lawyer to distance himself from the case? Why was Mr. Alfonso actually suspended, if I'm not wrong, when he appeared for Christian Michel? And why are there different rules for Mr. Thipse? Is it because he's gone there? And Abbas Hafiz, is that because Thipse has personally been ordered? Is a question people are asking.
The Prime Minister office was informed.
See, Navika,
that was unanswered.
We must understand one thing, that these questions should be asked to the government of India and Mr. Sambit Patra's party. They should be.
They should be asked to the government of India. Why? He was a defense lawyer, sir. He was not a lawyer appointed by the government of India. He went by to defend Mr. Nirav Modi. Upon being called by the law firm of Nirav Modi, not being sent by the government of India, why should we be questioned?
Don't be so desperate. Listen to me.
Desperate? Who is desperate? Rahul Gandhi is desperate that Nirav Modi should not return to India. We are not desperate. We are desperate to get him back.
You keep me interpreting. No, now let me tell the audience and let everybody listen. What questions I have been raising here, you are able to answer them. You don't want to answer. tough questions and you want to raise questions. Now you are
tough questions. You commit the crime and you have the audacity of asking us the questions.
All right, Dr. Sambit Patra, Dr. Sambit Patra, the question raised by Justice Thipse. I don't know. The Enforcement Directorate is denying this. I've asked them this question, but the Enforcement Directorate is denying this. But Justice Thipse actually insists that he gave his version, even as an expert witness, to the UK courts, and a copy was provided to the Government of India's defense team that was there. I want to ask you, if this knowledge was there with the government, why raise it now?
No, in fact, he was approached by, as rightly pointed out by Times Now, Mr. Thipse was approached by the law firm defending Mr. Nirav Modi, and he appeared as a defense counsel. He appeared as a defense witness for
not
Nirav
counsel.
Modi.
It was a defense witness.
Sorry, not counsel, defense witness. I corrected myself subsequently. He appeared as a defense witness. Defense witness for Nirav Modi. So, of course, it was to help Nirav Modi, number one. Why should we all be shouting that we compete?
Gentlemen, one at a time, Mr. Hafiz, I will come to you. Allow one person to finish his point, and I'll come to you. I assure you, Suman Siraman, I will come back to you. 1 minute. Let Mr. Patra finish his point.
Navika, it's too much of a coincidence. I believe about 3 months ago, when we had the extradition of Mr. Vijay Mallya being heard in London court, and thankfully today, almost that is complete, and Mr. Vijay Mallya is left with no other option but to extradite to India. I mean, the judge there, the judge in the London court had said that why in fact we should blame only Vijay Mallya? Why should not the blame stand at the doorstep of the then Prime Minister of India, who in fact had allowed a bailout package of 1,500 crores, despite knowing the fact that the company was going to shambles? The judge in London, in fact, had gone ahead to say that, is it not true that the then finance minister had called banks, despite knowing the reality that crores of rupees should be doled out to help Mr. Vijay Mallya? Remember Mr. P. Chidambaram having called the State Bank of India.
Yes, Vijay Mallya's case we remember, but Nirav
Modi. No, it's too much of a coincidence. Be it Nirav Modi, be it Vijay Mallya, be it Christian Michel, all of them behind the curtains, being held by the Congress party. Remember,
so respond, Dr. Suman Siraman. Respond to the coincidence.
One question only, and I request an answer, yes or no.
Okay.
Was the opinion given by Justice Thipse shared with the Government of India in December 2019, yes or no?
Respond, Dr. Patra.
No, I'm not aware. I'm not aware, because as I said, the Government of India has nothing to do with this. I'm speaking, sir. The Government of India has nothing to do with this. He was a defense witness. So, of course, if you are Nirav Modi, whom you call as a defense witness, whom your law firm calls as a defense witness, is totally your business.
All right, my sources, let me try and respond to this. My sources are telling me this is false claim made by Justice Thipse. I'm not saying this. My source has just messaged me and he said, it's Nirav Modi's claim that as per his defense witness, he has committed no fraud, and that's how Nirav Modi made the application to the court to include Justice Thipse as the defense witness.
Of India. Justice Thipse is on record saying he submitted the copy of this opinion and he even received a reply.
So he's lying. No, because Navika said at the outset itself that she had a word
absolutely immaterial.
Enforcement,
it may probably not be true, but it's
enforcement agencies, and all of them denied this. So whom do I believe?
Let me come in here.
The enforcement agencies of India or your Justice Thipse?
The issue is Justice Thipse is linked to the Congress party. I want to ask one question. If we go by this
Navika, may I just come in here for a 10-second intervention, please?
Dhruv Saxena, BJP IT.
Navika, it is not the debate.
All right.
Navika, now we are getting sidetracked.
अरे भाई, ध्रुव सक्सेना पर अलग से डिबेट कर लेंगे. ध्रुव सक्सेना पर अलग से डिबेट करेंगे. इस वक्त आप अपने सवाल पर जवाब दीजिए. शहजाद पूनावाला, the question, the legitimate question was, after this, what are people to conclude? कांग्रेस का हाथ नीरव मोदी के साथ कि नहीं?
Absolutely. The question is not whether he submitted it to the government. The point is that Rahul Gandhi today has to take a stand. Rahul Gandhi said Nirav Modi ne chori kiya, sare Modi chor hai. Now his expert witness is going and saying कि भाई ये चोर नहीं है. So what is Rahul Gandhi's stand? If Rahul Gandhi believes in this expert witness, he will keep him in his heart and in his party. If he doesn't believe, he will kick out Abhay Thipse. Whether Abhay Thipse gave it to the government, which I don't think is true, is not a material fact.
Well,
what is your view on Nirav Modi?
I've got from the agency that no opinion of Justice Thipse was given to the government of India in December or January as being claimed by Justice Thipse. Well, we'll leave it at that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is once again an issue where there are coincidences, many of them that come up when it comes to the Congress party. Whether it's Christian Michel, whether it is Nirav Modi, in every case, a congressman appears for these scamsters. Is this a coincidence, or do you think Nirav Modi ke saath Congress ka haath? It's your judgment to make. The allegations are on, the arguments are on in the UK courts. We'll bring you more details as we access them. Thank you very much to my panelists for joining me on this big debate, and it's a trending debate. Congress, Nirav Modi ke saath. Good night from me, Padmaja Joshi. Up next. Don't go anywhere.